In this lesson, we're going to learn about shortcuts on the desktop. So here we are on the desktop. We're going to right-click anywhere that the screen is not occupied by something. So right here is going to be fine. I'm going to right-click, and a menu opens up, and you can see what all those menu options are. The first one we're going to start with is View. What we're looking at here is the options that you have on your icons. You can make them large, medium, or classic. Classic is the smallest of the three, and that's the way that I have mine set up. If you would like yours to be a different size, all you got to do is click on the item you want them to be. If we come down and do auto arrange, if I were to click on that, it would put the icons in order, and I don't want them to do that, so I don't click on that. Align to grid. This is checked, so it means I've told my PC that I want my icons aligned to the grid. What that means is when you create icons and put them on the desktop, they're automatically going to line up in the same position across the top of the screen. If you uncheck that item, you can put your icons anywhere you want on the desktop and they will stay there. Okay? Some people like having 8 million icons all over their desktop. I guess it makes them think that it looks important or something. I don't know why they do that, but what I would suggest is putting icons across your screen of ones that you use on a regular basis so that you don't have to go somewhere else to pull up the programs or the files that you're looking for. That's the whole idea of having icons, which are shortcuts to other items. Okay? And this option tells you whether or not you want your desktop icons to show or not. Okay? So if you uncheck that, you won't see them. We can also sort our icons by these items, which is name, size, type, and date modified. I have no need for that. Refresh means refresh my icons if I've been doing something else on the computer and I want to come back and make sure that all my icons are up there. I can refresh them by doing that. We'll come back to paste and shortcut and undo delete in a minute. This NVIDIA control panel is actually the type of graphics card that I have in my computer, and this is the control panel to control that graphics card for different options. So you won't have that option showing on your menu. Here's one that I use quite often. It says New, and then you see the drop-down window with a lot of items in there. The first one is, let's look at Folder. So we're going to create a new folder, and this should be something that you would want to do on a regular basis. We can put our cursor in here, okay, and we can just hit the backspace bar, and now we're ready to rename this folder. Let's say that I want to put my brother's pics, which of course stands for pictures. I've created a folder now that says my brother's pics. I would be able to go in and I would get pictures of my brothers and put them into this folder. And I can show you how to do that. We're going to do a left click, which will open the folder up. And it should be empty, which it is. And I can go into my genealogy folder. And we can put these windows, we can resize them to put them side by side. Put half on one side and half on the other. Okay. This is something that was new in Windows 7 that I've been doing since the early 90s, is just putting windows side by side so that you can copy or transfer files or delete, whatever. So what I'm going to do here is go in the Schroeder folder, and Jerry is my brother, and I can go ahead and this is a picture of my brother. So what I'm going to do is I can right click on this picture. I'm going to click on copy. I'm going to come to this window. I have to right click again to get into this window. Now I'm in that window. I would click paste. Okay. And if I open that picture up, it's going to be my brother Jerry. Okay? The reason that it's showing this way in this folder is because of the view that I have chosen. When you click on the View menu, you're going to have all these options as to what the files or pictures look like. So let me show you that. Extra large, large, medium, small icons, which you no longer actually see the picture. We would go into List, and then we would go into Details. This tells you the date that the pictures were put in the computer. And Tiles is where they just go down in a straight line. Okay? So over here, if I wanted to be in the same view as a large icon, I would go here, Views, large icon, and now the pictures match. Okay? I'll show you another trick. If we go back and I pick my brother's pictures in this particular folder, I'm going to change it to List, and here's all the pictures. A trick of moving or copying multi-files is to, now we can click on Organized. We can select all. So you can see now they're all highlighted. We're going to do a right click again and say Copy. And then we're going to come over here to this folder and do a right click. And then we're going to click on Paste with a left mouse click. And now you're going to have this window pop up that tells us 38 files are being copied from this folder to this folder. And it tells you that you got 1:05 left to finish doing a copy. We can change the view to the same view, which would be List. Okay, and you're going to see that they will be coming down as they're being copied. So I'm going to head and cancel out of this. I'm going to close that window out. I'm going to close this folder out. This is the folder I just created. Okay, I could go to List, and that's a duplicate of my file in my genealogy folder. So I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to click on Delete. And do I want to move it to the recycle bin? Yes. Okay, so now it's sitting over here in the recycle bin. And when I open that up, you're going to see there's some other stuff in here. And what you would do here is empty the recycle bin. Do you want to permanently delete these items? Yes. Now they're gone. And we're back to the desktop. So once again, we found that under the New item, which was Folder. We can also do shortcuts, pictures, contacts, documents. Any of those things that you want to do can be pulled up and put on the desktop. Another option that I use quite often is I would double click on Text Document, and this is a plain text document that's used by Notepad. And what we would do here is we would right click on this to rename it, put our cursor in here, hit our backspace bar, and in here we're going to put Bill's stuff. Okay. Alright, I'm going to double click on this and Notepad will open. And what you always want to do in Notepad is click on Word Wrap, and what that does is, regardless of whatever size you make this window, the words will automatically continue to go to the right till they hit the edge of the window, and they'll automatically drop down to the next line and go across. If you don't do that, they won't automatically page down, and you won't be able to read all of what's in the file. So you should always have Word Wrap on. And of course you can go into your font and you can change your font. What you have to understand, in Notepad, it's a very simplified text document that does not have a lot of features. It's just bare bones. You're able to pick a font size, and you can put in here what you want. So Bill Stuff. Let's say I bought a new radio today. Put a dash mark. And let's say it's a Zenith. Okay. So here I'm going to put save, file, save. And now all I have to do is go to the X and close it out. And then I can put this, either leave it on the screen, the desktop somewhere, or I can stick it in one of my folders. In this case, you see I have an antique radio folder. I would actually stick it in the antique radio folder. You would just put it in here like this and let go of it, and it's in there. And if I open that up, we're going to see that Bill's Stuff document is right there that I just put in there. Okay, so that's how that works. Let's do it again. We're going to right click, going to go to new, and you're going to see that we can pull up just about anything we want. We can pull up Excel, we can pull up any of the items in OpenOffice, we can pull up PowerPoint presentations. Whatever you normally use is going to show up in this menu. Okay, so that's that option. And the last one is to personalize. Okay, when you click on personalize, it takes you directly to the control panel, and you're in the personalize appearance and sound, and you would go through and change whatever you want to change. So that's basically giving you a shortcut to the desktop. So just remember, there's a lot of tricks and shortcuts by right-clicking anywhere on the desktop where there's nothing located. This menu will open up, and there'll be many items on it that you can use to personalize your desktop. And that will be the end of this lesson.